going to be watching and reacting to myself as I'm training and relearning to dance. Even back in the 90s and 80s when I was learning to dance, we were encouraged to videotape ourselves, so we didn't have like readily available cameras like you do nowadays on your phone, but we were encouraged to like get your comp dances recorded and then watch them back. I very rarely did this because I'm such a brutal critic of myself that it was so psychologically damaging for me to do. But I'm going to try and do it. I'm going to try and do it with this vlogging journey. Oh, stop saying journey. I hate this. Because for me, this isn't just about relearning to dance. It's about retraining my brain to see myself differently. Let's go. So this was, I don't know what day, I'll insert it here. First up, why am I wearing these shorts? I love them, they're comfortable, but they don't do anything for my figure. And whilst I hate the word flattering, they're not flattering on me, these shorts, and I'm not going to wear them again in this process until maybe towards the end where I've lost some of that weight around my hips, because it's so hard for me to look at this video and see anything other than how awful those shorts look on me. So okay, my turnout is actually better than I thought it would be.
Very good from here.
And I've got a decent amount of length in that port bra exercise there. I'm still, yeah, definitely now noticing here that my pelvis is tilting slightly backwards, so I need to really work on that. Look at the breathing here. Yeah, you can tell this is starting to hurt. That's a better pelvic position, but every time I go into that plie, there's that slight tilt backwards in the pelvis, and I think a lot of that has to do with the hip, because that's working my right leg, and my right hip is the one that's injured. With the right hip injury, it's actually made my hip a lot more mobile than it should be. There's not a lot of strength in that hip, which is why I'm trying to strengthen it up again, because I'm a lefty, so all the pain in those feet. Yeah, so I just took it down rather than stop. I just sort of went, let's just lower the heels down. Oh god, that face! Clearly I'm in pain there. But I reckon I still have a good porta bra. I've still got quite a nice porta bra. Claire in pain. She's like, Back into it, back into it. That's it, girl, that's it. You got this, you got this. Those shorts are horrible. Don't focus on that. Ooh. I do this thing, I flare my nostrils when I'm tense. This is supposed to be on demi-point in plie, and yeah, that's not happening. We work up to it. We work up to it. And I think that's super important that we all learn to modify exercises to suit where our body is at. Stopping is an option, but it shouldn't be the first option, is my... Oh, yep. So what was happening there, because my feet are flat and I hadn't been working them a lot because of my Achilles issues, the outsides of my feet, so the through the instep and then from the little toe down, were so achy, so achy, because they hadn't been worked a lot. Okay, so this is where you see I genuinely thought I had control of my hips there, that they were even, and they're not. You can see that that hip coming up into retire is lifting. But the fact that I can get into retire, that is a huge improvement. Good Lord. I feel like watching it, I'm like, I'll stop being so dramatic. The pain. The pain. Because my eyes are so big, they do this weird droopy thing where I'm like, and I look like I'm about to fall asleep in the middle of class. I feel like as this goes on, my hips are getting a lot more stable. Like I'm not getting that tilt back that I had at the start as much. The pain. That's better placement. Not as much hyperextension there. Woo! Pull away from the bar. Through the body. Up. Here goes the nostril flare. I could tell that was going to fall over. I could tell watching it this way. I was like, oh, I bet you're going back. The hip just went. I feel like this was such a struggle to do. And it was such a struggle to watch. But I remember when I was doing it, I felt a lot more into it. Like I was enjoying doing it. But watching it, there's no enjoyment watching this. I've still got a fairly decent amount of movement in the upper body. Like it's not too bad in the upper body. But that has always been an area that I haven't had much of a problem with. The arthritis in my right shoulder has actually caused it to flop forward a little bit. And I had you can notice it once you notice it. But yeah, I don't have a lot of pain or ongoing problems in the upper body. And that's always been a really big big positive, I suppose, because I can sort of deflect attention upwards. Look at this. As long as I just stop doing the weird nostril flare thing when I'm tense. Yeah, now this is the part where we get to that whole, my pelvis feels like it's just going to fall apart. I love that Alessia's workouts have a curtsy at the end. Not all of them do, but a lot of them do. Wow, yep, that was tough to watch. Tough to watch. My feet are killing me. Primarily my insteps, arches, which makes sense because I have naturally flat feet and I haven't been using them for a while. So, because of the Achilles tendonitis and bursitis, so they're weak. Right hip wasn't too bad. It started to hurt towards the end there in the attitude swings. I don't feel as ugh as I thought I would, but I don't feel great. But I did it, so yay me. And we'll just keep trying to do it every day, or just something every day. Yeah, I'm in a really hot bath. Really hot. My glasses are fogging, that's why they look like that. I'm in a lot of pain today. Still not the most pain I've been in, but since I started, this is day 5, since I started trying to get fitter and get back to dancing, this is the worst the pain's been, hence the bath. So one of the things I do for my arthritis is use heat. Heat is really good for arthritis, even though it's inflammation based. The heat helps relieve the pain.
Oh, and my face looks kind of weird and slimy because I have rosacea and hyperhidrosis. My skin flares up when it's too hot. So if I'm in a scalding hot bath, which is what I'm in at the moment, then it flares up my rosacea on my skin, on my face, and it gets really sore. So I cover my skin on my face with concealer. This is the concealer I use for everything. Not concealer, what am I talking about? Cleanser, not concealer. That would be stupid. Yeah, I use the CeraVe Hydrating Cleanser. It's really good, really, really hydrating. Yeah, so I put it on and then just leave it like a protective barrier. I would love for this bathroom to be like my little sanctuary. I do have quite a lot of baths with my arthritis. And I do have candles and stuff, but I also have like kids' toys and things because I got kids. It's just the way it is, that's fine. Yeah, so I didn't do a workout or a class or anything like that today. I really wanted to, but I wasn't feeling good physically this morning. Yesterday I didn't film. I went for a walk. Yesterday was my walk day because I'm aiming to do some kind of workout one day and then a walk day the next day. And so we went to the Mill Market, which is like a big thrift trash and treasure store type thing. And we walked around there. We were there for about 2 hours. I wasn't walking the whole time, but I was on my feet for most of that. And my Achilles started to ache at about, I don't know, about hour and a half mark, which I see as a good sign. That's a decent amount of being on my feet and not having pain. But then today I woke up and my hip was really sore, my right hip, and I felt really cold, even with the heater on and socks and tracksuits and blanket and laying on the couch. I still felt really cold, and that generally is an indication that my arthritis is going to be playing up. I also got a flare in my left wrist and forearm yesterday or last night, and that's so annoying because I've never had a flare in that arm before. Most of my arthritis pains are localized to the right side of my body, so yeah, not fun. Oh god, it's so hot. Oh my god, can you see the steam rising? Yeah. A lot of people get really freaked out when they hear how hot I have my baths, but people in the arthritis community are just like, yeah, that's just a Wednesday. Today, Victoria, the state I live in, we were told that we were going back into lockdown because of coronavirus. Not the whole state, but the metro area, which I do live in. And both the studios I work at are being locked down, which means dance-wise we're going back to Zoom. We're going back into lockdown for 6 weeks. Everyone is really upset, and some people are angry, and I'm actually relieved and grateful because of the meds I'm on. I'm immune suppressed, and because of the condition I have, I'm immune compromised, which means my immune system doesn't work the way it should, and then the meds suppress my immune system so that it can bring it back down to a somewhat normal level. But even without a pandemic, on the medication I'm on, I just need to be really careful about, you know, making sure I get a flu shot and things like that, because I probably will get a lot more cold and flu stuff, viruses and things that go around. So when we're in a pandemic and the virus that's going around, there is no vaccine or treatment for, yeah, I'm in trouble. So when they talk about the people who are that we're protecting the people who are the most vulnerable, that is me, I'm in that group. And the funny thing is, when the pandemic really hit Australia and they were talking about it in February about, you know, protecting the people who are most vulnerable, it took me about a week or two to actually realise and register that was me. I got diagnosed with psoriatic arthritis when I was 17, and I was medicated and seeing a rheumatologist. They're the doctors that work with arthritis. Yeah, I was seeing someone for it for about a month or two. Oh no, probably a bit more than a couple of months, and a GP. I didn't like the rheumatologist. She that's another story. I reacted really badly to the medication, and I have chronic gastritis now because of the medication I was on. I can't take any kind of anti-inflammatory anymore because it absolutely excruciatingly painful to my stomach. But I decided that I would deal with it myself. Yeah, good choice, Claire. In a lot of ways it was good because I learned more natural ways of dealing with my pain. Hence the hot bath, heat packs, ice when needed, but not often. But having that realization that I'm in the vulnerable group kind of made me say that I really need to start taking this disease seriously. And it also made me see that I had been using the pain from my arthritis as a form of self-harm, because the pain would come and I had a good pain threshold because I taught myself to enjoy the pain, because I deserved the pain and all of those other wonderfully effed up mental health things. Yeah, so basically it took a worldwide pandemic for me to realize that I needed to start taking care of myself. Who even am I? I mean, come on. Really. So I woke up feeling a lot better than I thought I would. Yeah, not as sore as I thought I would be. I feel like the pain today is more just like DOMS, like delayed onset muscle soreness, the dreaded DOMS. Yeah, it's just that kind of soreness. So I'm going to dance. I'm going to do a bar workout. Well, not a bar workout as in the fitness thing. I'm just going to do a bar, like a ballet bar. Boom. Going to use Lazy Dancer tips again because, well, you know, I love her. Love Alessia. Also, any of the online workouts that I use, I'm going to post in the description. So, yeah, go and check them out because they're good.
Let's go. Check your core and squeeze your heels down. Don't plonk. Relax your head. Nice juicy plie. Articulate metatarso. And first, brush the floor. Brush and squeeze. Control your core. Same thing at the back. Knees out in line with the toes. Squeeze in parallel. Hold it. Hold. Check your core and down. Relax everything down. Plie. Big arms. Continue that line from the fingers. Keep that line in the middle. You should be able to let go of the bar if you want to. Readjust if you need to. Long lines. Follow the arm. Check your core. Keep pulling up from your middle finger, long arms. Lift. Breathe out. Draw a big rainbow. Shoulders down. quick. Lift, hold, core, and relax. Let's do this. And brush. Long. Up, up, up. Knee back. Don't cashew that foot. Long. Up, up, up. And slice. Back. Squeeze. Up, up, up. Foot back. Slice, out, slice, leave the knee where it is and slice the foot in. And in, out, squeeze out, in, through first, squeeze, cup of tea on your heel. Squeeze inside thighs, brush the floor with your foot, articulate and up. 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 1, 1, 2, 3, and up. Hold, shoulders down. Up and balance. Prepare. 1. Around. All in one piece. Squeeze. Both knees stretched. One piece around.
Oh my god, I am a lunatic. I have a labral tear and a hip impingement. Why am I doing rotating rond de jambe artère? If my physio Mel is watching this, I am so sorry. No wonder I give you so much business. Why am I doing this exercise? Just watch Alessia do it. We're not going to watch me do it. This is just pain.
Heel forward, cup of tea on your heel. Down. Let the leg come first to you. Thank you very much, guys, for joining me with this mini bar. I hope you enjoyed it. If you want any more...
Okay. Yeah, that was fun. I do like ballet bar. I like doing it. I didn't have the self-harm thoughts coming in, which was good. I did have the
you know, negative thoughts of, you know, you're crap, that looks awful, this is going to look so bad online, I can't believe you're going to put that online, blah, blah, blah. I had all that sort of stuff. I'm not good enough. They were always the precursor to the self-harm. So I'd get those thoughts and then it would turn to I deserve the pain. And I was able to stop it going to deserving the pain, which is yay me. But that's been years of retraining my thinking and medication and therapy. It's not like I just went, oh, I'm just going to stop those thoughts. I needed a lot of years and years of work to get there. So now what I do is I try to analyze the pain that I'm feeling and what the pain actually is. And this can be really complicated and difficult to do, especially if you have a history of sadistic enjoyment of pain, for lack of a better term. But yeah, so what I'm feeling at the moment is serious aching in the insteps and on the outsides of my feet. I have flat feet naturally, so that's kind of a standard thing. So this is not a arthritis pain. This is not a, it's not a bad pain. This is just a, this is a weakness pain, basically. So I can handle that, that's all right. And the pain's already started to drop down, which is really good. What else am I feeling? The hip's feeling weird. Like, in some ways it feels really good and really open and really strong. And in others it's like, oh, tight. But that's the problem with my hip at the moment. But yeah, I don't feel like I'm having a flare up. I don't feel like that ballet bar really flared anything really, which is great. But we'll just see how it goes throughout the day. One of the things I get with this hip problem I have, the hip problem is really complicated. I have arthritis in the hip, but I also have a minor labral tear and lots and lots of tension and overuse of everything in the hip socket. I get really sore in the lower back, the muscles of the lower back. I get sore into the piriformis, so around the side. So just some gentle stretching helps with that, and doing my exercises. Obviously, the exercises that I do for the hip are more about strengthening than stretching. But yeah, lovely piriformis stretch that I like to do. This one works quite nicely for me. But I can't hold it for very long because the front of the hip is where most of the damage is, and bending the leg in that position, not fun. So that felt good. I feel good now. And I can say that without sitting here in pain going, you deserve that pain, that's good. I actually feel good. I'll be interested to watch back this footage in a few weeks' time and try the class a couple more times and have a look back at my improvement. That's one of the main things I'm looking forward to with this, so see how that goes.
In the next episode of Dance Teacher ReLearns to Dance,
Yeah, I fell. Crap.
And I feel like I've been given a reminder that I'm not going to get better, I'm going to get worse. I wanted an effing cookie, so I had cookie.